Good morning, 11th students. Many of the students have not submitted chapter number 4. I am teaching you regularly and you are not regular with me. So please submit. Otherwise, we will call your parents. Okay, today I am starting with a new chapter, that is chapter 5, States of Matter. Okay, so while putting on video, please follow and watch. I am not getting the views according to the number of students. Chemistry part 1, lesson number 5, States of Matter. Part 1, States of Matter. You are knowing earlier also in so many chapters I showed you what is matter, what are the states. There are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. More deeply we are learning the snowflake falls, yet less now long. Its fierce grasp on Mother Earth. Air sun returns to the vapors when it comes, or it waters tumbling down the rocky slope. By Rod O'Connor. What is this meaning? Means here they mentioned the forms of water, as you are getting ice in Himalayas, water in rivers, and gases in, you are seeing atmosphere is full of gases. Okay, so in introduction I want to say you something. In previous units we have learnt about the properties related to a single particle of matter, such as atomic size. I told you in lesson number 2, ionization enthalpy, electronic charge density, molecular shape and polarity, etc. Most of the observation characters of chemical systems with water we are familiar represent bulk properties of matter. Okay, bulk, in bulk I want to say, that is the properties associated with the collection of a large number of atoms, large number of, not a single atoms, but I am saying of the large number of atoms, ions or molecule. For example, an individual molecule of a liquid does not boil, but the bulk boils. Okay, if you are taking 1 liter, half liter, 250 ml, I can't boil one atom or one molecule. Collection of water molecules have wetting properties. See, rain is coming, so if one drop of rain is coming, you will not feel wetting, but it is in collection of water molecules. Individual molecules do not wait. Water can exist, as you are knowing, water can exist in solid, liquid and vapor. In solid, ice, liquid, water, vapor, gases. So chemical composition of water remains same. We can say H2O, whether it is in ice form, liquid form or in gaseous form, vapor form. So chemical properties of a substance do not change with the change of its physical state, but rate of chemical reactions do depend upon the physical states. Okay, see, again I am repeating, chemical properties of a substance do not change with the change of its physical state. Whether here it is H2O, so the properties will remain same. Whether H2O, water molecule, is in solid, liquid or vapor states, they are having the same chemical properties. It contains 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen. Here also in the same way. Here the weight of H2O is 18 gram, whether we are taking 1 Avogadro. One rate, but rate of chemical reactions do depend upon the physical states. Now, so requirements of states of matter. So to know physical laws which governs the behavior of matter in different states, we have to learn physical laws. Now we will learn here in this chapter about these 3 states of matter, particularly liquids and gases, not solids. In our, we have to learn liquid and gaseous. What are the roles? So first we have to understand the facts: intermolecular forces, molecular interaction, effect of thermal energy on the motion of particle. Means balance between these determines the states of matter, whether they are in which states. They can be in solid state, liquid state or what. Okay, so this was the introduction of this chapter. Why we have to understand. So we are starting our lesson number 5 with 5.1, that is intermolecular forces. What is intermolecular forces? See, The intermolecular forces are the forces of attraction and repulsion between interacting particles, means atoms and molecules. See, plus plus same sign, so repulsion, negative negative, negative positive attraction force. To the closed, see, this is the atom. See, if I am taking about atom, here this particle and this particle very close, they can be repulsion, they can be repulsion, and they can be attraction to the nearest molecule, not to the far molecule. So nearest molecules, there are two types of forces, repulsion and attractive. This is called the intermolecular forces, but this does not include electrostatic forces that exist between two oppositely charged ions. He only explains, this force only explains repulsion and attraction, but does not explain, include electrostatic forces that exist between two oppositely charged and the forces that holds atom of a molecule together in a covalent bond. Okay, so attractive intermolecular forces are known as van der Waals forces. Because why it is called van der Waals forces? Because in honor of Dutch scientist Johnny van der Waal this year, who explained that deviation of a real gases from the ideal behavior through these forces. Okay, deviation means they are having the normal behavior, but they are going to change. Why? Due to these forces. So we will learn about this later in this unit. Afterwards I will teach you van der Waals forces vary. Now these forces vary means change in magnitude and include dispersion forces are London forces, dipole forces, and dipole induced dipole forces. Strong types of dipole interaction is hydrogen bonding. Only a few elements can participate in hydrogen formation, so it is, therefore it is treated as a separate category. Now attractive forces between an ion and a dipole are known as ion dipole forces. They are not van der Waals forces. Okay, so we will learn later in 5.11 dispersion forces are London forces. I will teach you with an example. These, see, some atoms are atoms and non-polar. Atoms and non-polar molecules are electrically symmetrical, okay, and have no dipole symmetrically distributed. But a dipole may develop momentarily. Even in such atoms and molecules. See, here again I am repeating, atoms and non-polar molecules are electrically symmetrically means they are distributed like that. They are not having any forces. So no dipole moment. Earlier I taught you many with examples what is the dipole moment. But a dipole may develop momentarily for just a few seconds, even in such atoms and molecules. For example, I am taking two atoms A and B, two atoms. Okay, now see, this atom and this atom, symmetrically distribution of electrical charge cloud, they are here, they are here. But for a momentarily, see, it may so happen that momentarily this electronic charge distribution in one of the atoms say becomes unsymmetrically. See, unsymmetrically this comes here to this. For a while the charge cloud is more on one side than the other. Okay, so this was here, but this is coming to this side. So instantly a transist dipole distorts the electron density of the other atom. See, here no change, but if it is going to shift it, then dipole can be induced in the atom B, which is very near to this atom. The temporary dipoles of atom A and B attract each other. Similarly, temporary dipoles are induced in molecules also. This force of attraction was proposed by German physicist Fritz London, and for this reason force of attraction between two temporary they can shift to this side, so this will be shift to this side. If they are, this atom is going to shift to this, then this also induced dipole to this side. This dispersion dipoles to known London forces. Another name for this force is called the interaction energy. Okay, so this is called London forces. Another name for this force is dispersion force. These forces are always attractive, and interaction energy is their interaction energy is inversely proportional to the distance between two interacting particles, that is inversely proportional 1 upon r6, where r is the distance between two particles. These forces are important only at a short distance they are very, and their magnitude depends on the polarizability of the particle. So in this force, the very nearby, they induced, see, A and B, this is A, this is B. Sometimes this charge is going to shift it, so dipole is creating to this molecule also, this will also shift it. Otherwise to that side, then this dipole can be shifting to this side and shifting to that side. This force is called the London force or dispersion force, and that is inversely proportional to 1 upon r6. R means distance between two particles, you are knowing earlier. Okay, so please, lecture 1, prepare notes with me.